In the glossy world of high fashion, everything looks perfect. The lights, the runways, the beauty. But behind the glamour, there is a side few talk about, the harsh realities African models face. From cutting their hair to fit Eurocentric standards, to racism backstage and unpaid or underpaid for work, being an African model in global fashion can be as brutal as it is beautiful. In this video, we'll unpack what it really takes to survive in the industry, women reshaping what it means to be Black, African, and powerful in fashion. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into culture, representation, and identity. Now let's start with Akech, the South Sudanese model who went viral for being photographed at a block party in New Hampshire. That one photo, posted on Instagram, changed her life overnight, catapulting her into high fashion. She became the first South Sudanese woman to open a show for Prada, one of the most prestigious spots in fashion. But as Akech later shared, success didn't erase the challenges. She spoke about how she had to cut her natural hair to fit the industry's Eurocentric beauty ideals.
No wonder Akech shaved her head. The reason behind it is heartbreaking. Recently, Akech shocked everyone by showing up with a bald head at the Saint Laurent 2025 Fall-Winter show. People were amazed by how stunning she still looked, but many felt sad. The fashion industry often pushes Black models to shave their heads, and even top supermodels like Akech aren't spared. But this time, shaving her head wasn't because of industry pressure. It was a bold move from Akech herself. She's always had strict rules about her hair. There's even a sign backstage that says, "Do not touch Akech's hair." The story behind this is tough. Akech's natural hair is thick and curly, but once a stylist straightened it without asking, it caused serious damage to her hair. Since then, Akech has refused to let anyone harm her hair. She loves wearing wigs to change up her look, long waves, straight hair, or even short cuts.
I see your hair today, and your hair looks fabulous. But you recently shaved your hair, girl. You've been rocking the shave look, and I love it. So what made you decide to shave all your hair?
You know, us Black women, we can do anything we want with our hair. And honestly, I got bored.
You got bored?
And I was like, I want to shave my hair. And then I was watching this movie, Empire Records.
Yes.
And I saw the girl shave her head, and I was just like, I'm going to shave my head.
She also revealed how often Black models are treated as trends, booked heavily for one season, then overlooked the next. The industry loves their look when it's in, but rarely invests in their longevity. Akech's story shows both the dream and the danger, how quickly fashion can celebrate you and how quickly it can forget you. Now let's talk about Adut Akech, one of the most powerful voices in modern fashion.
Grew up in a refugee camp, didn't have a lot, didn't really know what was going on. There was always war happening. I didn't grow up in my home country. My family was forced to leave South Sudan. I actually don't have any memory of my father. He died before I was born.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry. I don't cry. But I was bullied for my skin tone, I was bullied for my gap, I was bullied for how I dressed, didn't have any courage. I didn't think I was strong enough to get through that and every other thing that I was dealing with.
Are you depressed now? Would you say that you faced a lot of racism, whether direct or indirect, in your life journey?
Every day, on a daily, somehow.
Up to now?
Yeah, could be very direct to your face. You're too Black.
Born in a refugee camp in Kenya, Adut moved to Australia and was signed at just 16. Within a few years, she became a global sensation, working for Chanel, Dior, and Valentino. and even closing the show for Karl Lagerfeld.
What Jay Versace's tweet reeks of to me is colorism and xenophobia. I feel like I've seen a rise of colorist and anti-African sentiment on the internet, and the thing that I didn't like about Jay Versace's tweet and the follow-up tweet that he agreed with is this idea of African American looking people. Because I've seen tweets online, I saw this post that says, do they look the same to you, to show that one is Africans and one is foundational Black Americans or African Americans. And there is this sentiment that people think that African Americans look more racially ambiguous. And I think there is active propaganda to make African Americans seem more racially ambiguous than the reality, in a similar way to what happened to Brazil.
So let me get this whole Jay Versace conversation straight. When movies are being made in TV shows and every single actress in those movies and TV shows is lighter skin with loose hair and certain features, it's an acting thing. Those are just the girls who fit the roles, and we should be happy for our representation. When music videos are being shot and all of the girls, again, have a certain phenotype to put with the lyrics in the song, are pedestalizing those skin tones and phenotypes. We should be okay with it, it's just preference. When books are being made into movies and the characters who are darker skinned in the books are magically light skinned and biracial in the movies, again, oh, it's an acting thing, be happy with all representation, But when 3 Black models get a couple Vogue covers and a couple campaigns, the world's ending. I'm not denying that these phenotypes, this casting style is strange or weird. I'm not sitting here to argue about that. My question is, why does it only bother you guys when it's us represented? Why is that? Dark-skinned women with African features have to beg to talk about colorism or texturism or featureism or anything like that. People act like we're crazy. They gaslight us. They act like we're being insane for bringing it up. Then when we do get positive representation, it's too much. I think a lot of people are not saying what they actually want to say because we know what they actually want to say. Because the reality is, if you can spend your entire life as a Black person watching TV shows and everyone looks like Zendaya, and your entire life watching music videos and everyone looks like Lauren London, and your entire life watching movies from books and everyone's Amanda Stenberg, you can see a couple shots of Anak Yai. I promise to you, you can. You can handle Adut Akech having 8 campaigns at a time. You can, okay?
Adut uses her fame to talk about the dark side of fashion, especially racism. She has spoken out about being misidentified as another Black model by a major Australian magazine, a mistake that went viral for all the wrong reasons. In her own words, that was not just a simple error, it was disrespectful. It showed how little value they place on models as individuals. Adut also highlights the emotional cost. We are constantly proving we belong in spaces that were never made for us. Beyond the runway, she advocates for refugee rights, reminding the world that fashion isn't just about clothes, it's about visibility, identity, and justice. For models who aren't the face of the season, the industry can prove unforgiving. With unstable income, harsh work conditions, and agents who take massive cuts. So what are the systemic barriers? There's definitely racism and colorism. Darker skinned models often get fewer jobs, while lighter skinned ones are seen as safer for brands. There's hair discrimination. Stylists still don't know how to work with natural African hair. Then there's tokenism, where brands hire one Black model per show to tick the diversity box. Then there's financial instability. Many African models travel abroad without sponsorship, working long hours for little pay just to stay relevant. The fashion world claims diversity, but real inclusion means equal respect and pay, not just representation. Despite it all, African models are changing the game. From Adut Akech's activism to Anok Yai's presence at Prada, they're forcing fashion to look at itself. African models today are not just muses. They are movement makers. They are demanding better treatment, fair pay, and true diversity. Not just in front of the camera, but behind it too. And with social media, they're no longer voiceless. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok let them tell their own stories, unfiltered, unapologetic, and unstoppable. The journey of African models isn't just about fashion. It's about representation, resilience, and revolution. They're not just walking runways. They're walking pathways for the next generation. Listen, if you found this video insightful, please hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Which African model inspires you the most? And remember, beauty should never come at the cost of your dignity.